السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله، الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I welcome you all to the class of Read Arabic Live. And inshallah ta'ala today we read another story, and this is going to be a long story. So that's already, yeah. So inshallah, it'll be a long story. It has like 80 pages, and this is a story of Sindbad, السندباد البحري. This is the story of Sindbad Bahri Sailor, we could say. So there might be a little difficult words here, inshallah, but we'll try to find them whenever. So Bahri could be naval, someone. Yeah, we can say just translate as sailor. Sindbad al-Bahri. And this is the story of Kamil Kilany. Inshallah. All right, one say. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'll just remove Ibn Jubair. I thought we'd read two stories today. We'd read Ibn Jubair's story, but Sindbad's story itself is Sindbad The Sailor. Right. If you want to join and you want to read, you can let me know. I downloaded 121 Kamil from Hindawi. Yes. 121? I found only 50. Let me see. Kutub Kamil Kilany, Hindawi, Kam Kitaban. Yeah, 51 Kutub. There's 121? I don't know. I can see only 51. Alaikum assalam. Let's try to read the story. The Sindbad guy, he's from Alfu Laylatin wa Layla, 1001 nights. So there are different travels. So it's going to be a long book, inshallah. All right. So we have 7 trips in our journey today, 80 pages. I hope it's not too difficult. If it's not that difficult, then we can, inshallah, read it quickly. Or if it's too difficult, then I don't know. ولدي مصطفى قرأت عليك هذه القصة وأنت تستقبل. He's writing for his father. Forward. مقدمة. كتاب ألف ليلة وليلة من أنفس الذخائر الأدبية. This is a forward again. This story is from ألف ليلة وليلة, 1001 nights. And that's what it says. It's full of treasures. وقد عنيت باختبار الصور. عناية باختيار القصص. He's used pictures also. Okay. All right, Tamheed. This is like, again, forward, but this is for the story, I guess. What do you say? So, prologue. Yeah, we say prologue. And all right. Al-Hindbad al-Hammal. So we have Hindbad. Hindbad. He's the father of Sindbad, I believe. And he's a porter, Hammal. كان بمدينة. Let's begin. بسم الله. كان بمدينة بغداد في زمن الخليفة هارون. By the way, the story is all fake. It's fiction. All right. So it's not true. كان بمدينة بغداد في زمن الخليفة هارون الرشيد حمال فقير اسمه الهندباد. Right? There was in the city of Baghdad في زمن الخليفة, at the time of Khalifa Harun al-Rashid, there was a Hammal. Hammal, a porter, what do you call it? The one who carries all this. Faqir, he was a poor porter. Ismuhu al-Hindibad. His name was Hindibad. ففي ذات يوم من أيام الصيف جلس الهندباد تحت قصر على عال تحيط به حديقة جميلة ليستريح من عناء السير بعد أن أنهكه التعب والحر الشديد. آه، ووضع إلى جانبه حمله الثقيل. Hindawi had all of his collections, but they seem to have removed. Yes, that's what I was wondering. All right. ففي ذات يوم, so one day, من أيام الصيف, from summer, from the days of summer, جلس الهندباد, Hindbad sat تحت قصر, under a palace, عال, a high palace. It was a big palace, this guy. So this guy Hindbad is sitting, تحيط به حديقة. So this palace is surrounded by a garden, أحاط يحيط, جميلة, beautiful palace, ليستريح من عناء السير. عناء is تعب. عناء is tired. What do you say? عناء hardship, yeah, hardship. عناء السير بعد أن أنهكه التعب. أنهك, ينهك is same thing, exhaust. أنهك إنهاكا يعني متعب جدا. ها check مكتبة الأطفال والناشئة. This website is several hundred books. بارك الله فيك. مكتبة الأطفال الناشئة. All right. بعد أن أنهك. So this guy is sitting. والحر الشديد, the hot weather. He's sitting near a palace. ووضع إلى جانبه حمله الثقيل. And his load also he put it beside him. All right. فسرى إليه من الحديقة نسيم لطيف حمل إليه رائحة الأزهار العطرة. So سرى is travel, or came to him from the garden. Nasim. Nasim is a wind, or a smell, you could say. Beautiful. Latif, a fresh air. Latif is like soft, or how do you say here? Gentle air. حمل إليه رائحة الأزهار العطرة. And that breeze carried with it the smell, رائحة, the smell of the flowers. أزهار, زهرة أزهار. عطرة, scented, or fragrant, aromatic. وهبت عليه من ناحية القصر رائحة الشباء اللذيذ. هب, again something like aroused in him. من ناحية القصر, from the side of the palace. رائحة الشباء اللذيذ. Shiva is like grilling. So somebody is grilling also. Food. والأطعمة الشهية, tasty food. So there's flowers of smell, and there's some tasty food going on, something party or feast or something. وسمع الهندباد الطيور تغرد على اختلاف أنواعها فوق الأشجار. And there are birds which are تغرد, chirping, of different types. فوق الأشجار, above the trees. كما سمع أصوات الغناء. Books are amazing since he tailors them to yes. كما سمع أصوات الغناء وأنغام الموسيقى المطربة في ذلك القصر فخيل إلي أن أصحابه في عرس. So Hindbad, he heard birds chirping, and فوق الأشجار, above the trees. كما سمع أصوات الغناء, there was some music playing or singing. غناء, not music but singing maybe. Because this is all, singing. غناء is singing. وأنغام, نغم, plural is أنغام, tunes or songs. الموسيقى, موسيقى is music. المطربة, المطربة is like charming, musician, delightful. في ذلك القصر فخيل إليه. So it was imagined that there was that the people are in a wedding. خيل, خيال, it was believed, it was supposed. صاحب القصر. So there was some wedding going on in the palace. وذهب الهندباد إلى أحد الخدم فرآه لابسا أبهى الملابس وأحسنها ولما. So we'll get more use. I suggest big titles. That's a lot of work. ولما سأله عن اسم صاحب هذا القصر البديع قال له الخادم مدهوشا. You mean the title? Oh, maybe yes, yes. Maybe inshallah, yeah. عن اسم صاحب هذا القصر البديع قال له الخادم مدهوشا كيف تسأل هذا السؤال أفي بغداد كلها من يجهل سندباد البحري صاحب هذا قصر الذي ملأت شهرته الآفاق والذي ركب البحار وجاب الأخطار ورأى عجائب الدنيا. Okay. So Hindbad, he went to one of the servants and he saw him لابسا أبهى الملابس, the best of the clothes. وأحسنها. Abha is the most charming, or Abha, يعني nice or something. The most بهي جدا. ولما سأله عن اسم صاحب هذا القصر, and he asked the name of the owner of this palace, Al-Badi', the amazing palace. قال له الخادم مدهوشا. The servant said, astonished. كيف تسأل هذا السؤال? How are you asking this question? في بغداد كلها من يجهل سندباد البحري? Is there in the whole of Baghdad anyone who doesn't know about Sindbad the Sailor? صاحب هذا القصر, the owner of this palace, الذي ملأت شهرة الآفاق. His شهرة, his reputation, it filled the horizons. والذي ركب البحار, he rode the waves, you could say, بحار, seas. وجاب الأقطار, jaba is to who explored. The أقطار are the قطر, يعني various areas. ورأى عجائب الدنيا, and he saw the wonders of the world. So this guy doesn't seem like the father, no? He seems someone else. I thought he was the father. Okay. Shakwa al-Hindibad al-Hammal. He's some other guy. I don't know. Because he's coming out in front of the palace. Hindibad is someone else. ثم عاد الحمال نعم. Yes, inshallah, I'll put this. ثم عاد الحمال إلى مكانه فجلس يفكر في هذا النعيم. Then the Hammal, he returned. Hammal is the porter guy. He returned to his place. فجلس يفكر في هذا النعيم. And he sat thinking about the blessings of the wonderful things. وكان كثيرا ما يسمع الناس يتحدثون بما ناله السندباد من ثروة طائلة. And many of the people, they were speaking بما ناله السندباد, what Sindbad gained من ثروة طائلة. Tharwa, treasures, or his this thing, tharwa. And then طائلة is something like huge. طائلة يعني كثيرة جدا. Huge this thing, طائل, طويل جدا, يعني كثيرة جدا. ونظر الهندباد الحمال إلى جمال الحديقة وفخامة القصر ووفرة ما يحويه من غنى ونعمة, ورأى ما هو فيه من بؤس وشقاء. فصاح غاضبا سبحانك ربي تغني من تشاء وتفقر من تشاء وتعز من تشاء وتذل من تشاء, فأنا أتحمل الهموم والآلام وأقاسي المتاعب والأهوال للحصول على قوتي وقوة قوتي إيالي, بينما ينعم السندباد بهذا القصر الفخم وما يحويه من ثروة ونعيم دون أن يتكبد أي عناء. فماذا صنع السندباد حتى استحق هذه النعمة؟ وماذا فعلت أنا حتى كتب علي هذا الشقاء؟ So Hindbad, he looked at this beautiful palace and abundant وفرة ما يحوي, and the abundance, what it was in it. From richness and ni'mah. ورأى ما هو فيه من بؤس وشقاء, and he saw in it what disparity and sadness. So he thought, well, I'm poor here. فصاح غاضبا, so he shouted angry, سبحانك ربي, glory be to you, O my Lord. تغني من تشاء, where are you from? The wise. وعليكم السلام. من تشاء وتفقد من تشاء. And you تغني من تشاء. You make someone rich, you could say, and you make someone poor, whoever you wish, and you give izzah, and you humiliate whoever we wish. فأنا أتحمل الهموم والآلام. So I'm carrying all these worries and pains and وقاسي المتاعب والأهوال الحصول. I'm struggling for this. I'm just translating generally, not word to word. على قوتي, on my provision, وقوتي عيالي, and the provision of my family. بينما ينعم السندباد, while Sindbad is enjoying الفخم, this great palace, and whatever it contains, all this blessing, without يتكبد, without any suffering. تكبد is like uh, sustaining. أي عناء. عناء is again, عناء is like تعب, no, any effort. I mean, he got it freely. فماذا صنع سندباد? What did Sindbad do حتى استحق هذه النعمة? Until he deserves this blessing. وماذا فعلت أنا حتى كتب علي هذا الشقاء? And what did I do that I'm written from me this shaqa, this misfortune? And he says a bait, أصبح في تعب دائم أعيش شقيا وقد زاد حملي وغيري سعيد بلا شقوة وما حمل الدهر يوما كحملي. أصبح في تعب. Should I wake up in the morning or do the morning in toil, permanent toil or long toil, دائم أعيش شقيا, live in a sad life, unfortunate, وقد زاد حملي, and my burden is also increased, because he's a porter, no? So he's saying وغيري سعيد, and apart from me he's happy, other guys are happy, they're enjoying, بلا شقوة, without any شقوة, complaint, or without any distress. وما حمل الدهر, and what did he carry with the time, maybe, because dahra is having a fatha here. So what did he carry, the guy, the happy guy, and what has he seen in time? Like my burdens, he's not seen anything. وبينما الهندباد مستغرق في هذه التأملات إذ خرج من القصر خادم يدعوه إلى مقابلة سيده، فخشي الحمال عاقبة الأمر، وأدرك أن السندباد قد سمع بلا شك كل ما قال، فاعتذر إلى الخادم محاولا أن يفلت من يده، فلم يستطع إلى ذلك سبيلا، فذهب معه خائفا يتوقع الشر. And while Hindbad was drowned, مستغرق, or busy in this pondering, he a servant came and said, okay, you can meet Sindbad now. I mean, so the Hammal, he became frightened, what's going to happen? And he realized that Sindbad had heard all these things of what he said. فَاعْتَرَ إِلَى الْخَادِمِ. So he asked for excuse from the Khadim, محاولا trying أن يفلت من يده. أفلت يفلت, so that he could run away, maybe. أفلت. Escape, yeah. He could escape from his hands. فلم يستطع إلى ذلك. But he was not able to do that. And he went inside. يتوقع الشر, fearing the worst. في حضرة السندباد. So he came in Sindbad's presence. وصار الحمال معه حتى بلغ غرفة فخمة في وسطها مائدة حوت ما لذ من أطيب الأطعمة والأشربة والفاكهة والنقل، ورأت جماعة من سرات القوم، كما رأى في صدر المجلس رجلا حسن الصورة جليل القدر مهيب الطلعة وقد بدأ في لحية الشيب، فعرف أنه السندباد صاحب القصر، فسلم عليهم. So وسار الحمال, so he went inside until he reached a big room. في وسطها مائدة, and there was a dining table, a table in between, and it had the best of foods. لذة من أطيب الأطعمة, ما لذة, the most tasty foods, والأشربة, الفاكهة, fruits, and this thing, what do you say, almonds and all this, نقل, what do you say, cashews and all this. ورأى جماعة من سرات القوم, and he saw a group from his chiefs of the people. Sara is like chiefs, or chief leaders. Saratun, يعني سادات. كما رأى في صدر المجلس رجلا حسن الصورة, and he saw in between a handsome man, جليل القدر مهيب الطلعة, and he was feared also. طلعة is like awe, appearance. His appearance was respectful. وقد بدا في لحية الشيب. He had white beard, and he realized that this guy is Sindbad. So he says salam, وهو منكس رأسه من شدة الخجل, and he was putting his head down because منكس نكس ينكس, lowering his head من شدة الخجل, because he was ashamed. Right? I mean, he was ashamed because he said all these things. So فهش إليه السندباد. هش, he هش وبش is like he was cheerful. He said, oh, مرحبا مرحبا, وقربه منه حتى أذهب عنه خوفه, so that his fear went away. ودعاه إلى الطعام فأكل حتى شبع. So he said, خلاص تفضل, eat. إن شاء الله نعم إن شاء الله. فأكل حتى شبع, and so that I can eat until I become satisfied. فسأله سندباد البحري عن اسمه وصناعته. So Sindbad asked him, so what's happening, who are you? ثم قال أعيد علي الآن ما كنت تقول. Repeat to me what you said now. منذ زمن يسير تحت القصر, under the palace you were saying something. هنالك ارتبك الهندباد الحمال وبدت عليه الدلائل الحيرة. ثم قال له معذرة يا سيدي, فقد دفعني ما عوانيه من الفقر وما أكابده من المتاعب إلى التفوه بما قلت, فتجاوز عن إساءتي ولا تؤاخذني بما فرط مني. هنالك ارتبك. ارتبك is like I don't know, ارتبك, oh, confused. ارتباك. هنا at that time Hindbad was confused, حمال, because he asked him, oh, tell me what you were saying before, and he was shocked. Dalailul Hayra, he was astonished, Hayra, bewildered. So he said, معذرة يا سيدي, excuse me, please forgive me, oh my sir, فقد دفعني ما أعانيه من الفقر. I mean, I said that my poverty pushed me. What I was suffering, أنا يعاني, to suffer, what I was suffering from poverty. وما أكابده من المتاعب. كابد is also suffering, or yeah, suffering. From the toils. إلى تفوه, and تفوه is like triviality to the insignificant thing. تفوه, تفوه, يتفوه, تفوه, form 5, بما قلت, of what I said. فتجاوز عن إساءتي, so forgive my evil thing, or forgive my mistake. ولا تؤاخذني بما فرط مني, and don't hold me accountable of what فرط مني, of what preceded from me, or what happened from me. فقال له سندباد إني لا أريد أن أؤاخذك بشيء مما قلت, وإنما أشفقت عليك ورثيت لك, وقد صرت لي منذ اليوم أخا وصديقا, ولكنني أريد أن أبين لك حقيقة غابت عنك وزيل ما علق بذهنك من الوهم, فقد ظننت أن هذه الثروة الطائلة قد جاءتني دون مشقة أو عناء, مع أنني لم أحصل عليها إلا بعد أن قاسيت من المصاعب ولاقيت من الأهوال ما يعجز عنه الوصف. فقال له السندباد, he said, إني لا أريد أن أؤاخذك. I don't want to punish you. I don't want to, hold this. وإنما أشفقت عليك. I was just concerned about you. I had feeling. I mean, I wanted to be kind. ورثيت لك. And the ratha is also ratha. Lament on you. وقد صرت لي منذ اليوم, because you have come to me since time, أخا صديقا. You have become a brother and a friend. ولكنني أريد أن أبين لك حقيقة غابة. But I want to tell you the truth. You think I got all of these treasures freely? No, obviously. وأزيل ما علق بذهنك من الوهم, and I can remove علق is what you have attached, of wahm, of the doubt, whatever you have, of the assumption you have. فقد ظننت أن هذه الثروة الطائلة, and this طائلة, this great Wealth has come freely. No, قد جاءتني دون مشقة وعناء. Without any hard work, without any toil, it came to me. مع أنني لم أحصل عليه إلا بعد أن قاسيت من المصائب. But I had to suffer a lot of difficulties, مصاعب. ولاقيت من الصعب يعني difficulties, from صعب مصاعب. ولاقيت من الأهوال, and I had to meet some horrors. أهوال with a ha is horrors. ما يعجز عنه الوصف, which cannot be described. So there's a lot of problems. وسأقص عليك ما حدث لي في أسفار السبع. So I have 7 travels. So now tell the story. وما تعرضت له من مهالك, and what I faced from the destructions والمخاطر and dangers التي تشيب من هولها الولدان, where the young children will become, the hair will become white. لتدرك بنفسك مقدار ما عانيت من المتاعب حتى وصلت إلى هذه السعادة التي تراها وتعجب منها. So that you can realize that, well, these dangers were a lot. مقدار, the level of what I suffered from all these things, of the journeys, dangers, until you see these good things now. All right. All right. These are the questions. Masmul Hammal. What is the name of the Hammal? Where was he there? He was in Baghdad. Hammal's name is this guy, Sindbad. What did this thing say? All right. This is the first chapter. Done. Now, let's begin Sindbad's first journey. Inshallah ta'ala. Before that, let's drink some water. All right. الرحلة الأولى. السندباد بعد وفاة أبيه. كان أبي من كبار تجار بغداد، فلما مات ترك لي ثروة طائلة، وكنت حينذ شابا طائشا، فأخذت أنفق على نفسي وعلى أصحابي عن سعة من هذا المال الذي لم أتكبد في جمعه أي عناء، وظللت على ذلك مدة طويلة من الزمن دون أن أتدبر عواقب هذا الإسراف. كان أبي, so my father was from the biggest of the tujars, so he was already rich. Sindbad was already rich. When he died, ترك لي ثروة طائلة. He left me he left me a lot of treasures. My father was rich, and at that time I was a طائش, شابا طائشا. I was this guy. I was reckless, reckless young man. فأخذت أنفق على. So I started spending on myself. I was rich, enjoying my life, and عن ساعة, about the ساعة is like comforts. I was spending a lot ساعة من هذا المال الذي لم أتكبد في جميع أي عناء. I did not spend, I did not toil myself أي عناء, any suffering, because I got it freely, So there was no problem at all. وظللت على ذلك مدة طويلة من زمن, and I stayed like that. I started spending on me, on my friends, a lot of money. دون أن أتدبر عواقب هذا الإسراف, without thinking about this israf, that I'm spending so much money. Israf is reckless spending, no? ثم انتبهت. Then انتبهت من غفلتي ذات يوم فرأيت مالي لم يبق منه إلا القليل، وعلمت أنني إذا ظللت على هذه الحال ضاع كل ما أملك، وكان عاقبة الإفلاس والخراب. ثم انتبهت. Then I realized from my غفلة, I woke up from my sleep, from my heedlessness on that day. فرأيت مالي لم يبق منه إلا القليل. I saw my wealth was, well, only little was left. وعلمت أنني إذا ظللت على هذه الحال, if I continued like this, ضاع كل ما أملك. Everything what I own will go away. وكان عاقبة الإفلاس والخراب. And after that there'll be poverty and destruction. خراب, destruction. My end will be like, because a little bit wealth, no, everything is spelled. وربما اضطررت إلى سؤال الناس, and perhaps I would be forced to ask the people. فجزعت من هذه العاقبة السيئة وقلت لنفسي, جزعت, I was shocked, yeah, or I was, yeah, جزيع is like to be shocked or worried, concerned, you could say. Yeah, I was concerned from this bad ending. I don't have money, and I said to myself, إن الفخر في آخر الأيام الإنسان واحتمال ذل السؤال مما لا ترضاه نفس الكريم وإن الكسل مفتاح الفقر. Indeed, poverty at the end days of the human being, واحتمال ذل السؤال, and the possibility of the humiliation of asking, like you'll be humiliated, no, when you ask people, which a noble soul will not be accepting. A noble person, sharaf, he kareem insan, nafsul kareem, he will not accept all this asking people. وَإِنَّ الْكَسَلَ مِفْتَاحُ الْفَقْرِ. Indeed, kasal is laziness is the key to poverty. نعم. وذكرت تلك الحكمة الصادقة التي يقولها الناس. So I remembered that wisdom which people say, من لم يركب الأهوال لم ينل الرغائب. Who does not ride the situation or does not overpower the situation, he will not get the raghaib. Raghaib are the things which he wants. He will not get his wishes. Raghaib, wishes. فعزمت على السفر. So I decided to travel. وبعت كل ما بقي لدي من متاع. I sold everything. All my wealth I've sold it. واشتريت بثمنه بضائع أتجر فيها. I bought some goods also. I could trade. So he was traveling sailor. وسافرت مع جماعة من التجار. So I traveled with a group from the traders. من مدينة بغداد حتى وصلنا إلى مدينة البصرة. From Baghdad to Basra. حيث أقلعت بنا سفينة كبيرة وسارت في طريق الخليج الفارسي. أقلع يقلع is to depart, or what do you say? Take off. أقلع. A big ship وسارت في طريق الخليج الفارسي, and it traveled between the Persian Gulf, Khalij al-Farsi. All right. Sindbad the Sailor, دوار البحر. دوار. The turns of Bahr, I think. دوار. Rotating, vertigo. Like a tornado, maybe. Let's see. وكانت هذه هي أول رحلة لي. This was the first trip. No, he's not a traveler. I mean, he didn't travel till now. It was first trip. فلما كد أركب البحر حتى عثراني دوار أفقت منه بعد قليل من الزوال. ثم ألفت هواء البحر بعد ذلك وعادت إلى صحتي. Oh, دوار is headache maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah, headache. So it was the first time I was traveling in the sea, and I was getting a headache. So أفقت منه بعد قليل من الزمن. I became fine after that. أفاق يفيق. ثم ألفت هواء البحر. Then I got used to the sea. وعادت إلي صحتي, and my health came back. Right? So now I'm fine. وظلت السفينة سائرة بنا من جزيرة إلى جزيرة. And the ship was traveling from one island to the other. من بلد إلى بلد, from one country to another. ونحن نبيع ونشتري في كل زمان حللنا به. And we were selling and buying, right? في كل مكان wherever we landed. حللنا, we landed. حلا is means to حلا يحل is to solve, and another meaning is to arrive. Like here it's arrive. على ظهر حوت, on the back of a whale or the fish, حوت. So something happened now. وبينما نحن سائرون في عرض البحر إذ لاحت لنا جزيرة صغيرة مرتفعة عن سطح الماء فاقتربنا منها. وبينما, and while we were traveling في عرض البحر. عرض uh, I don't know. عرض. Ard is wet. What's urad? Mhm. No idea whatsoever. But something of the waves. Let me see. Urad. Mm. Arad. Arad. I know. عرضة. أريد. إيراد. If somebody can find it for me, inshallah. I don't know what this is. All right. Urad. You can find Ain Ra with a dhamma. Dot. Something of the waves. إذ لاحت لنا جزيرة صغيرة where لاحت لاح يلوه appear where it appeared for us a small صغيرة مرتفعة عن سطح الماء. There was a small island, so we went close to it. ونزل بها بعض التجار, and some of the traders they got down there, and I also got down with them. وبقينا على هذه الجزيرة زمينا, and we stayed on this island for a long time. زمنا, and we were playing and amusing ourselves حتى جاء وقت الغداء, until lunch time came, or food time, whatever. So فأتينا بخشب من السفينة وأوقدنا بها النار, and we took some wood from the ship. It means on the high seas. نعم بارك الله فيك. أورد البحر, high seas. أورد البحر, high seas. Right. So inshallah, I need not search now. Inshallah, I can ask. So وأوقدنا بها النار لنطبخ عليها طعامنا. So we took some firewood and just started cooking some food. ولم نكد نوقد النار حتى اهتزت بنا الجزيرة اهتراسا عنيفا. اهتزازا عنيفا. The island started moving, right? I mean, they're on a small island and it started burning, but the island started moving. Earthquake. فصرخنا من الفزع والرعب وصاح بنا ربان السفينة, and we shouted, I mean, what's happening? Everything's moving here. And with رعب, with terror, and ربان, captain, ربان, the captain of the ship, said ربان انجوا بأنفسكم قبل أن يحل بكم الهلاك. Save yourself before you all destroyed. Why? ولم يكد يتم قوله حتى غاصت الجزيرة كلها في البحر مرة واحدة, فأسرع إلى السفينة من كان قريبا منها فنجا وغرق الباقون. And he did not completely say that. I mean, he just finished saying, but the island went into the water because it was not an island, it was the back of a fish. Wow, great. فأسرع إلى السفينة, so he quickly went to the ship. I mean, whoever was close, they were able to save themselves, but everyone else, they drowned. Okay, it was back of fish. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. ولم تكن هذه جزيرة كما حسبنا بل حوتا هائلا. Where do you find the stories? Is there a website? Yeah, hindavi.org. Hindavi. Something flat, for example. وعرض البحر والنهر وسطه. نعم. This is Hindavi. And where do I find? We have our friend, the wise Tsar. He's the one who guides us all the books here. Okay. حقيقة الجزيرة. ولم تكن هذه جزيرة كما حسبنا. And this was not an island like we thought. It was بل حوتا هائلا. It was هائل. It was هائل is what? Huge. Yeah, هائل is huge. بل حوتا هائلا يعني كبيرا. من حيطان البحر, from the whales. It was huge whale, a blue whale kind of. It was sleeping. كان نائما على سطح الماء. It was sleeping on the water. فلما أوقدنا عليه النار أحس الحرارة. But when we lit the fire, فاستيقظ من نومه وغاص في البحر, and it jumped into the water. It woke up. فنجا من نجا وغرق من غرق. So whoever was saved, and whoever was drowned. كيف نجوت من الغرق. But how did I save myself um, from drowning. أما أنا فكنت بعيدا عن السفينة فلم أتمكن من الوصول إليها, وقد كدت أغرق لو لم أتعلق بلوح من الخشب الذي أتينا به من السفينة للوقود. وناديت من في السفينة بأعلى صوتي فلم يسمعني أحد لشدة ما لحقهم من الرعب. أما أنا, as for me, I was far away from the ship. فلم أتمكن من الوصول إليها. I was not able to reach towards it. I mean, they didn't realize it was a fish. It's just such obvious, but it's a story. وقد كدت أغرق, and I was about to drown. لو لم أتعلق بلوح, but I had a plank of the wood, no, because he was going to get for the firewood, no. So well, he got some this thing. الذي أتينا به من السفينة للوقود, for the fuel. He was bringing some wood, so he got some planks. وناديت من في السفينة, so I called whoever was in the ship by a loud voice. فلم يسمعني أحد لشدة ما لحقهم من الرعب, but nobody heard me. So this guy is on the waves now. Our Sindbad guy, he's almost drowning, like on a plank kind of. He found a tree maybe later on. ورأيت السفينة تختفي من ناظري, and I found that the ship was disappearing, and I'm in the ship now. وقد أصبحت تحت رحمة الأمواج الهائجة, and I found myself in the mercy of the waves. Um, هائج is furious. Oh, yeah. How حاجة يهيج. هائجة, furious, agitated. So the waves were going. والغرف يهددني في كل لحظة. And هدد يهدد, it was threatening me. Drowning was threatening me every time. That was, I was about to be drowned. ولما أظلم الليل أيقنت بالهلاك, ولكنني لم أيأس رغم ما حل بي من التعب والخوف, وبقيت على هذه الحال طول الليل حتى إذا أصبح الصباح قذفتني الأمواج إلى شاطئ جزيرة عالية فيها أشجار مطلة على البحر, وقد وجدت لحسن حظي فرع شجرة متدلية, فتعلقت به وتمكنت بذلك من الصعود إلى الجزيرة بعد تعب شديد. So finally he found some tree. When it was dark, I was certain that I will be destroyed. أيقنت بالهلاك. But I did not despair, despite what occurred with me of the tiredness. What happened to me? I was tired, and I remained in this situation on this plank in the sea for a long time. For a long time. Um, when I أصبح الصباح, when in the morning, قذفتني الأمواج. قذف, يقذف, it's like uh, threw me. Yeah, threw me. قذف. The the waves threw me to the beach, جزيرة عالية, to a high island. So there was some island. فيها أشجار مطلة, and there were trees, tall trees. مطلة, overlooking tree. Mutilla, atalla yutillu is like overlooking, like a balcony kind of atalla. Yeah. So they were like overlooking over the sea. وقد وجدت لحسن حظي, because of my good fortune, I found that I found a branch and I held on to it, and I was able to climb on this island. So there's an island here. He got a hold of it, so he can climb on it now. It was a high island. It's not like this thing. After a while, Sindbad, he climbed. All right. So he's now on a new island. Um, ولم أكد أسعد إليها, and I was not able to climb it حتى ارتميت على أرضها, until ارتمى, I don't know, ارتمى. I was thrown on its land. ارتمى is to fall prostrate. سجد. وأنا منهوك القوى من شدة ما لقيت. And I was lost. In Haka, I used to be exhausted, yeah. So I was, he obviously was exhausted a lot. وبقيت نائما طول النهار والليل. And I was continuously sleeping, because he was tired. And then I woke up from my sleep في صباح اليوم التالي on the next day. And I found وكانت قدماي قد ورمتا. My feet were worn out. ورمة. ولكنني لم أعبأ بذلك. But I did not care about my feet now. So I walked متوكئا على عصا, holding or resting on a stick. قطعتها من غصن شجرة. I broke off from the branches. وصرت أبحث عن طعام آكله وقد كاد يهلكني الجوع. Because I was hungry, I was looking for food. There was a lot of food. على أني وجدت في تلك الجزيرة كثيرا من البقول الناضجة ورأيت فيها عينا من الماء العذب ففرحت بذلك فرحا شديدا وأكلت حتى شبعت وشربت حتى ارتويت. على أنني is like, I mean, suddenly kind of maybe وجدت في تلك الجزيرة, I found on that this thing, I found بقول. Bukul is like vegetables or herbs, kind of, not herbs, but green vegetables and all these things. It comes in the Quran, no? يا موسى لن نصبر على طعام واحد فادع لنا ربك يخرج لنا مما تنبت الأرض من بقلها وقثائها وفومها وعدسها وبصلها. So بقل is like green things, vegetables. بقول الناضجة. So he found some food to eat there, and nadija is fresh, ripe. And he saw a spring also, aynan min al-ma' al-'adb, from sweet water. And I was happy. There's food here, there's everything here, nice. And irtawaitu, until I was full. I drank water there, and I was nice now. I mean, so now there's some servants coming here. Some servants here. Khadamul Maharaja. Maharaja is a name, I believe. No, let's see. وبعد أيام قليلة زال ما بي من ضعف وعاد إلي النشاط الأول فرحت أمشي من الجزيرة. After a while I was active again, right? I was active, and I thought of moving away from the island. وبينما أنا كذلك, while I was like that, إذ لاح لي شبح من بعيد. I saw an appearance from far. فسرت إليه حتى اقتربت منه. I went towards it, some appearance, some resemblance. فإذا به فرس تضع الأشبة. There was a horse who was eating, grazing on the grass, أشبة, وهي مقيدة, and it was tied up. وسمعت أصوات رجال يتحدثون في سرداب. And I heard some sounds, and some men speaking in Sirdab is Sirdab tunnels, crypts. تحت الأرض فتهشت لذلك. So I saw some tunnels going down, and I was astonished. What's this? Who are these people? What's going on? وإني سرداب وإني لفي دهشتي إذ أقبل علي رجل لا أعرفه. And I was in my astonishment. I was looking. I found some humans here, where I found a man. A man came towards me. I did not recognize him. فسألني عن سبب مجيئي إلى هذا المكان. He asked me the reason why I'm here. فأخبرته بقصتي, so I informed him of my story. فدهش لها, and he was astonished. So he told all the stories. Oh, I came to a ship and all these things happened. وذهب بي إلى السرداب, and he took me into a tunnel الذي خرج منه, from which he came out. فرأيت جماعة ينتظرونه فيه, and I saw some group who were waiting in it. فقص عليهم قصتي. I think I read this story. Yeah, some story about. نعم. فقص, I think I read this. فقص عليهم قصتي. So I narrated. I'm not sure, but something happens now. فقص عليهم قصتي. So I told them my story. There are men waiting, right, in a tunnel. وقدموا إلي طعاما وشرابا, and they gave me food and drink. So he was shocked, like, what is happening here? There's a tunnel, and there, I mean, there's a crypt kind of, and they are inside, and there's food. فأكلت وشربت. So I drank and I ate and I drank. ثم سألتهم عن سبب مجيئهم إلى هذه الجزيرة. So I asked them, what's going on? I mean, what's happening in this jazeera, all this island? واختفائهم, and why are they hiding in this sirdab, in this tunnel? Right? What's going on? Why are you here? فأخبروني أنهم خدموا الملك المهرجع. مهراجا. Oh, it's Maharaja. It's Maharaja. Maharaja. Huh? Hindi Maharaja, no? Maharaja. So they told me the king's name is Maharaja, but literally Maharaja means, I mean, Maharaja means king itself. Anyways, it's a name here maybe. So they have a king called Maharaja, and Maharaja means king. Anyway, صاحب هذه الجزيرة, he's the owner of this island. وأنه يوفدهم في مثل هذا الوقت في من كل عام. And they يوفد أوفد is to welcome him maybe. Uh, Waft is like group, no, delegation. And they send في مثل هذا الوقت ومعهم بعض أفراسه, and there are some horses also, who, I mean, the horses اللي ترعى في هذه الجزيرة, the graze, حتى يخرج إليها حصان البحري فتحمل منه, until a seahorse comes and it carries him. فإذا حاول أخذها معه خرجوا عليه من السرداب فيفيض منه مهاربا إلى البحر. And فإذا حاول أخذها معه, and if he tries, it takes it with him. خرجوا عليه, so they come out from the, and it runs from them هاربا, running towards the sea. ثم يعودون بها إلى بلادهم حيث تلد مهرا أصيلا عديم المثال. I don't know what he's saying here. They find a seal there, مهر أصيلا عديم المثال, original seal or something. So what happens here? Wait, what? So they have some horses, yeah. Yeah, some Hisanul Bahr comes, seahorse comes, fine. Fatahmilu. So who carries? Fatahmilu minhu. The seahorse carries them or carries it. Seahorse carries this Maharaja. فإذا حاول, and if he tries something, or when he tries, أخذها معه. He takes, what is this ha? It takes him with him. There's a lot of pronouns, no? He takes something, or the seahorse takes him. So they come out. These guys come out. So it runs away, or he runs away. Who's running here? To the sea. The king is running, or the seahorse is running. Anyways, and then they return to their country. حيث تلد. Talidu is birth. It gives birth. So the seahorse gives birth. A muhran asilan. Mohr is a seal, no? And asil is like original, yeah, authentic. Adim al mithal, there's no mithal for this. So if anyone can explain to me this, what's happening here, right? Something is happening from here to here, because who's going what? Because there's so many pronouns. Wait, let's see. Let's come from here. So something is happening here, that they are the servants of the king, al Maharaja. Okay, and وأنه يوفدهم, and he sends them. Okay, the king is not here. All right. The king knows them because he's أوفد يوفد. He's the one who sent. So the king is like, okay, you guys go to the island and do something. في مثل هذا الوقت في كل عام. At this time, okay. So the king says, okay, it's December. Go to the island and, all right, do something. And with them, بعض أفراسه, and they have some this thing also, horses also. They will graze on this land. Okay. So the king is sending them as well as the horses. Until, so these guys are hiding in a tunnel. يخرج إليها. What is this ha coming out? Oh, maybe the horses. Okay. So the horses are like bait for this seahorse. Some big horse, something is coming out. حصان البحر and فتحمل منه. So who carries this now? What is this taha? Taha going to? A seahorse. Something is doing. فتحمل منه. I don't know. Who's carrying whom? فإذا حاول أخذها معه. And this guy, Hisan al-Bahr, is trying to take these horses with them. They come out at that time because it's bait, no? They want to attack the this thing, but it runs away. فيفر منهم هاربا. They want to hunt something. Then they return to their country where there'll be some sea little one. Okay, let's see, let's read more. Some Hisan al-Bahr, something is happening with this seahorse. وهنا سمعنا صراخ حصان البحر. And that time we heard the shout of حصان البحر. So there was a seahorse which was there. فنظرنا من ثقب السرداب. And we saw from the this thing, ثقب, whole, we saw from the piercing something. فرأيناه يحاول أخذ الفرس معه بقوة. So the seahorse was trying to take this horse with strength. So there's some monster kind of thing here. فطلع عليه الرجال من السرداب. So the men came out from this. Okay, let's attack the seahorse. فلما رآهم ولى هاربا إلى البحر. So when the seahorse saw all of these people coming and realized that these are bait, he ran off. I mean, the seahorse ran off. في حضرة المهراجة. Uh, and the next day, what happened? They took me to أركبوني معهم. They took me with them. وما زلنا سائرين حتى وصلنا إلى بلاد الهند. So we went to India. Right. Sindbad is coming to India. حيث قدموني إلى ملكهم المهراجا. And he named the Maharaja itself. فسألني عن قصتي فأخبرته بكل ما حدث لي. And I told him about my story or all this. فدهش لذلك. He was astonished. أشد دهشة وسر بي سرورا عظيما وأكرمني وقربني إليه. And he became very happy. Oh, Maharaja, something is happening to a seahorse here. And he honored me. So what's the story? There's some Hisanul Bahr or something is happening here. All right, on the beach. وكان لهذا البلد مرفأ ترسو عليه السفن التجاري. And I don't know what marfa means. Port. Oh, marfa is a port. Marfa. And fishes, sorry, ships used to go on this trading ships every day from مختلف بلاد الدنيا. فكنت أكثر من التردد عليه مسائلا الوافدين عن أخبار بغداد دون أن أظفر منهم بطائل. And I رسا يرسو is like embark. So فكنت أكثر من التردد. So I used to increase a lot of hesitation on it. مسائلا الوافدين عن أخبار بغداد, asking whoever coming about the news of Baghdad. دون أن أظفر منهم بطائل. But I was not successful. بكثير. طائل is like كثير. I was not successful. ومضى على ذلك زمن. So I was asking what's happening in Baghdad, man. They was saying I don't know and all that. I was not able to be successful. فمللت غربة. So I became strange in this land. I mean, I was homesick. واشتاقت نفسي إلى رؤية وطني وأهلي. So I wanted to go back. عجائب الهند. There was wonders of India. وكنت أخرج أحيانا إلى بعض الجزائر القريبة فأرى فيها عجائب وغرائب كثيرة. I saw various wonders there and a lot of things in India. ومن عجب ما رأيته سمك كبير. There was a big fish, it seems, يبلغ طوله 100 ذراع, 100 hands. Its length إلى 200 to 200. وله وجه كوجه البوم. It had a face like an owl. What kind of fish is? وقد نفرت منه كما نفر مني. And I fled from the fish like the fish fled from me. فعلمت أنه ارتاع من رؤيتي كما ارتعت من رؤيته. And I knew that it was frightened ارتاع. frightened from looking at me, like I was frightened looking at her. I mean, I and the fish both were frightened. Wait, let me see. دهشة الحاضرين. Yeah. I think we'll read only one. There's a lot in the story happening. So we'll read the rest later. اللقاء بعد اليأس. Meeting after desperation. وفي ذات يوم خرجت كعادتي إلى شاطئ البحر فرأيت سفينة مقبلة ولما رست على شاطئي وانزلت بها من البضائع رأيت على بعض أحمالها اسم السندباد فلما أنعمت النظر في ربانها عرفته وسألت عن صاحب هذه الأحمال فأجابني متأثرا حزينا وأسف علي إنه السندباد وقد غرق أثناء سفرنا وكان سبب غرقه أنه طلع مع بعض رفاقه من التجار على ظهر حوت كبير كنا نحسبه جزيرة فلما غاس الحوت غرقوا ولم ينجو منهم إلا من كان قريبا من المركب رحمة الله عليهم جميعا وقد أخذت على نفسي أن أبيع بضائعه وأعطي أهله ثمنها متى عدت إلى بغداد. And so he found his companion, the captain, right? And I went to the port, kind of, and I saw a fish, saw a ship coming. ولما رست, when it embarked on, when it landed on the, not land, what do you call it? It anchored on this, on the beach, on the, and all the things came out. I saw some goods had a name Sindbad written. I was happy. I mean, oh, Sindbad is here. I mean, Sindbad's, I mean, my name is written on that. And I asked the Ruban, the captain, what's going on here, Ruban? He said, Wa Asafa Ali. Oh, it belongs to Sindbad, and he was on a big fish. I mean, all the story he told, and he drowned. So I was أخذت على نفسي أن أبيع بضائع. I took upon myself that I will sell all his goods and give all this money to his family because he drowned. No. فقلت لربان سفينة أنا السندباد الذي تذكره هذه بضاعتي. I said to the captain, Rubban, I am Sindbad, Ana Sindbad, and which you are mentioning, and this is my goods. فصاح الربان في وجهه صيحة عظيما. The Rubban also shouted وقال لي غاضبا, and he said to me angry, أما والله لقد فسدت الذمم وضاعت الأمانة من الناس. كيف تدعي أنك السندباد وقد رأيته بعيني وهو يغرق في البحر. الله by Allah, لقد فسدت الذمة. There's no responsibility left, and there's no amana, trustworthiness among the people. How can you claim that? He's not remembering Sindbad's face, this guy, this captain, but he says he claims that. All right, anyways. وقد رأيته بعيني, I saw him by my own eye that he was drowning. I said to him, لا تغضب علي ولا تعجل بتكذيب ما أقول. Don't become angry on me, and don't you know, be hastening towards belying me, saying that I'm a liar. ثم قصصت عليه كل ما حدث لي وذكرت له جميع ما دار بيننا من الكلام. And I told him all my story, that this has happened, I saw this island and all that. منذ خرجنا من البصرة, when we left, since we left from Basra, إلى أن غاص بنا الحوت, and then the fish which died. فظهر لي صدق قولي. So it appeared to him the truth of my speech. وفرح بنجاتي فرحا شديدا وعانقني, and he hugged me. He was happy. وأقبل علي رفاقي يهنئوني بسلامتي ونجاتي من الغرق. So everyone like congratulating me, right? You've been saved. ثم شكرت للربان أمانته وأجدت أن أكافئه على صنيعه فرفض ولم يقبل مني شيئا. Then I thanked the captain because he put all my goods, no? And I wanted to compensate him of his good thing, but he refused. I returned now. Okay. فتخيرت هدية نفيسة قدمتها إلى المهارجة. And I chose a good gift for the Maharaja. And he asked me, من أين أحضرتها? From where did you bring this gift? فأخبرته بما حدث. So I told him all the story. I got my goods and all that. فتبين له صدق كلامي وقبل هديتي مسرورا. He was happy. and he also gave some thamina expensive gift. ولما استأذنته في السفر أذن لي. And when I asked for permission, I wanted to go back. بعد أن أظهر لي أسفه على فراقي. He was sad because I'm leaving him. فخرجت من عنده شاكرا. So I left. He was thankful. I was thankful. وبعت في بلده كل ما معي من البضائع بأغلى الثمن. And I sold all my goods with the highest of prices. واشتريت بدلها بضائع أخرى. And I purchased various goods, other goods. وعدت إلى بلادي بأموال كثيرة. I got a lot of wealth. But what was the story? The story was there was some men trying to capture some horses or seahorse or something, right? That's it. That was the story. Maybe something will happen later on, but that's what happened, no? Till now. Now he's back to his country. حتى بلغنا البصرة, then we reached بصرة في بغداد. ثم ذهبنا من البصرة إلى بغداد. Then we went to Basra from Baghdad, where everyone were happy. I'm back. Sindbad is back. واشتريت قصورا. I purchased palaces because I'm a rich guy now. And I purchased slaves and children, غلمان كثيرين, وأصبحت من أكبر أغنياء بغداد. And I become the richest man of Baghdad. And I give sadaqah on poor people because I'm rich now. وأنستني راحة البال ما قسيت من المتاع. And all these things, it made me forget the toils. Hmm? Now he's narrating the story. I just traveled and this happened. Sindbad, he stopped from his story. ولما انتهى السندباد من كلامه التفت إلي الهندباد. So remember Hindbad, he was the porter, he's listening. الحمال وقال له مبتسما, and he said to me smiling, هذا ما حدث لي في الرحلة الأولى وسأخبرك غدا بما حدث لي في الرحلة الثانية. This is what happened in my first trip. Second trip story I'll tell you tomorrow. وما رأيت فيها من العجائب, and whatever amazing things I saw there. فدهش الهندباد الحمال وعجب جميع الحاضرين مما سمعوا. Everyone is shocked. What's there to be shocked? I mean, all right. I mean, one thing was there that fine, this guy, he was saved and he found an island where somebody is waiting, Maharaja, to capture some animal or something. Okay, all right. ثم أمر سندباد بمئة دينار, and he gave 100 dinars to this porter, and he made him حلة نفيسة, good حلة. And فدعا له وخرج من عنده شاكرا مسرورا. The Hammal, the porter, was very happy and he said thank you for the story, as well as okay. وخرج معه جميع الحاضرين. They will come tomorrow to Sindbad to listen to the second story. ولما حضروا في اليوم التالي, and when the second day came, Sindbad, he narrated the second story, and he said, let's see in the second story, inshallah, in the next class, whenever we are also tired of this first journey, right? We'll do second story, inshallah, whenever possible. So this was the story. I mean, new words were there, but not that many. It was not that difficult, I think. Saha. Okay, Ruban captain. غاصة, to jump, what do you call it? Dive, غاصة يغوص. It's not that difficult, I would say. It's medium level, no? It's not like full on hard words. It's no, I would say 30% new words we could say. Sirdab. Sirdab is a tunnel. 30% new words in Yufidu, scent. New words, irtama, irtami. I fell off. Manhuk, inhaka, yanhaku. To be exhausted. Not that difficult words, but yeah, there are some new words. How about the story? Story is also okay. It's fine, I guess. But maybe in others trips there might be something else happening. Inshallah, we'll see in Rehla Thania in our next class. Barakallah fikum. Inshallah, we'll read Arabic. If you want to join and read with me, right? That's also fine. We could read together if you are interested in reading in our next class. I can give you the link and you can join StreamYard. And if somebody is reading, I can just you know, listen and find out new words, or if you want to improve your reading skills, you can join. Inshallah ta'ala. And these are all tashkil, no? You not guess here. It's all mushakkal. Yani. Everything is with fatha dhamma kasra. So it's not like that difficult. Even if you don't understand anything, you can just read. If you're interested in reading, you can, inshallah, join Read Arabic Live. That's the point of this, for you to read if you want to read and improve, inshallah. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Inshallah, we will read the second Rihla, inshallah ta'ala, in our next class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.